funny that, isn't it? That's what it's like when it gets to night time. Ellie's having a walk, well, a little one. I'm parked over there, but you can't see because it's dark, and I've come to Clevedon again. So me and Ellie will have a bit more of a walk, and I'll see you guys back in the van in a minute. I've just moved the van. If you see by the photograph, I was parked behind the lorry, but I was thinking if cars are coming up from behind, they might slam into the back of me. So I've come in front of the lorry now. Yes, it's still dark. Right, let's have a cup of tea. Hello, people. I'm in the back of the van. That's blatantly obvious, isn't it, really? Yeah. Yes, I've come to Clevedon tonight. I just wanted to get away for the night. Me and my lad were supposed to have been going on a stealth. I don't know why I call it stealth. It's not a stealth, is it? I'm not exactly very stealthy, am I, sat in a camper? But whatever. Anyway, me and my lad were supposed to have been going on a camp tonight, but he didn't feel like it, so I decided I'd just come on my own then. So I've just come a few miles, and I'm parked on Clevedon seafront. They're going to be bringing some parking restrictions in soon, which it's not very good. So as to whether I shall be able to park here overnight, I don't know, but the local council is going to be bringing in some parking restrictions. I think it's going to be pay and display all the way along, or pretty much everywhere. As it's like it in Bristol and in Western, all the places are pay and display everywhere. So I think they're bringing it in down here as well. Yes, it's a nice little spot here. It's a little bit slopey, that's the only thing I find. As like I said, I have moved the van from what you saw in the photo earlier. I've parked it in front of the lorry now. I thought, well, if somebody's going to fly up the road and hit something, I'd rather hit the lorry rather than hit me. But yes, it's nice for walking. You've got Poets Walk as well, and obviously you've got the Clevedon town centre, and you've got Hill Road, which is up that way. Like you might have seen in one of the previous videos, I expect some of you guys have been here already, so you'll know what I'm on about. Obviously couldn't really film very much because it was dark when I left, and I've got to get back home earlier in the morning, so it's not going to be much of a vid really. It's just me having a chat with you guys. Yes, huge apologies for the lack of videos. Thanks for comments on the last vid, the hashtag vanlife tag. Yes, it was quite interesting. I enjoyed that. I'm not sure as to whether Rick and Damon have done theirs yet. Probably not. But they got the nomination anyway. Yes, oh, at last. I was trying to get something on my phone, but unfortunately on the seafront here there's a very, very bad signal. It's rubbish. I've got dual SIM on here. Yeah, somebody else was asking, what phone do I use? Well, I've got a Samsung, can't remember. It's a Samsung something 10, is it? Not an S10. Samsung J10, K10 or something. I don't know, something like that. It's not as posh as the S10. It's quite a nice one. It's the one with a bigger screen, which is what I wanted. Because the thing is, if you don't bring your tablet, you've got something you can watch a film on as well. So I didn't want anything too small. And it's dual SIM, this one. So I've got my data SIM, which is the one that usually goes in my tablet. So and I've also got my phone SIM, which is Tesco's. So I've got an EE SIM for data and Tesco's for calls. And yes, works a treat. So I can just set this up as a hotspot, depending on what signal I have, which is quite useful because at least if you don't have one, you can use the other, which is quite good. Even though Tesco's doesn't give you very much, I think it's about 2 gigs or something. It's not a massive amount. Whereas on the EE, I think I've got 20 a month. And it's quite a lot, but there's plenty for watching films and stuff like that if you come away, you see. Which is good. Yeah, so the agenda for this evening. Nothing at all. I basically just wanted to come away. I'm using the G7 tonight. I've decided to start using it more. I've got my GX8, which I use for my photography. And I decided, well, I might as well just start using it, because at the end of the day, the equipment goes out of date. You see it all the time. You see piles of equipment for sale on eBay. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Perfect condition, but it's out of date. Which is ridiculous, isn't it? Because technology is moving on all the time. You're constantly having to keep jumping through hoops to try and keep up with it. It's stupid. I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, obviously, like making videos, if I was still using an SD standard definition camcorder or shooting everything in 720, then they wouldn't look very good. They'd look rubbish. Same with the phones, innit? If you ever make a quick video on your phone, if you used a phone from 5 years ago, the quality is going to look rubbish compared to something like this. But that's how it is now. Everything's going to 4K, you see. I mean, this phone's 4K. Even this little thing, 4K. This is 4K. The G7's 4K. The GX8 is 4K as well. The G6 isn't. That's only 1080, but that's still Ultra HD, so that's okay. Yes, I have got myself a camcorder as well, which I'm adding to my arsenal. I've decided. I don't know if any of you guys watch over on West Country, but I'm adding a camcorder to my collection of cameras that I take away with me. Sometimes you just want to point and shoot. This one's okay, but the autofocus isn't very good, and the image stabilisation isn't that good either. It's only got in lens. There's no in body stabilisation. So I wanted something with image stabilisation and a good set of lenses, which is a camcorder. I did buy myself I managed to get myself a X920 Panasonic, which is full HD camcorder. I mean, it's old. I got it from CEX, but unfortunately when I got it, I started using it, and the damn thing keeps cutting out. It keeps freezing up. The screen goes black and the fan comes on, and it just keeps locking up. It's done it quite a few times now, which is a real shame, so I've had to send it back. And I've sold a few other bits and bobs on eBay. I've sold my old camcorder I used to have, which again is a cracking camcorder, but it's only HD. I sold that, so with the money from that and the other one I've got to take back, I'm going to get myself a 4K camcorder. Again, it's second hand, it's not a new one, but they had one at CEX as well, so I've gone for that one. So hopefully that should make the videos a little bit more future proof for another 3 to 4 years, hopefully, before they sort of start bringing out 6K, and then the 1080p will be obsolete completely, which means, and the footage will look awful, like the modern footage, like SD footage looks awful now. Which is silly, isn't it? When I first started doing YouTube, if you go back and look at some of my earlier videos, which were filmed on a standard definition camcorder, a lot of the early ones, they just look dreadful now, because the quality's moved on to such an extent. All the old stuff looks terribly out of date. It just doesn't look, you don't want to watch it, you think, oh, it's terrible. Like a lot of people wouldn't watch black and white anymore. I like it because it has it's a bit retro in it, you know. I like the old black and white stuff. I still really enjoy the black and white movies, and I just like black and white photography still as well. But it's stuff like that, you know. Technology moves on and stuff becomes obsolete, which I think is a shame. Anyway, yeah, that's about it really, guys. There's not a lot else I can say really. Ellie's tucked herself down, ready for bed already, and time's getting on. I'm going to watch a movie, I think. I've got a few DVDs to watch that I got, so I'm going to watch them, and then get off to bed. So that's about it. So yeah, hope you like the footage on the G7. I think it looks alright, and we'll see what it's like. It's not too bad in low light, which is quite good, and yeah, so we'll be using this one a little bit more, along with the camcorder, I think. Anyway, yeah, have a night, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and see you next video.